subject of our Torah. This week's Parsha, we come to the issue of tithing, giving tzedakah, because we're commanded to take care of the less fortunate among us. But it's interesting about the whole issue of tithing. Tithing, of course, means you give 10% of what you own, your income or what you own. But the Rabbanim, the rabbis, put an upper limit. The bottom is 10%. The upper limit they put is that under most circumstances is 20%. You cannot give more than 20% of your income to tithe, to the poor. And the reasoning is very simple. We are commanded to take care of the poor, but we're also commanded not to make ourselves poor. That we want people with wealth within our community. And the reason for this is that's where you might say, they're the ones who supply the jobs. The greatest tzedakah that you can give is to get somebody a job. If he's working, he's contributing to society, and he himself now can give tzedakah. That the idea is we want people who have the ability to supply jobs. And they're going to do it because they want to make more money. Trust me, nobody's going to hire you just because you need the money. They're going to want to know, what can I get from me hiring you? This is why there's a great statement in Pirkei Avot in the chapters of the Fathers that states, if there's no flour, there's no Torah. But if there's no Torah, there's no flour. So what do they mean by that? In order for people to be able to sit and learn, they have to be aware that they're going to be taken care of economically. That the society around them is wealthy enough to have people sit and learn all the time. But on the other level, if you have an unjust society, a society that's not based on Torah, people will start robbing from each other, they'll excuse different things, and it'll be a bad society, and therefore there will not be, the society will not progress. In other words, you need both. You need a good economic system. But in order for that economic system to operate, you need a society based on morality. That it's immoral to steal from one another. It's immoral to cheat one another in business. As I've mentioned before, Friedrich Hayek, a major economist of the 20th century, once pointed out that for an economy to succeed, it has to be backed up by a religious population, a population that understands that you have to be moral. And as we all know, there are people who make great business deals, and they agreed on it on a handshake. This is something important for us to remember. We have to remember that the Torah wants us to take care of the poor, but doesn't want us to become poor. As we all know, Tolstoy gave away all his money because he felt sorry for the poor. And all he accomplished was to add another mouth to feed among the poor. That's all you accomplish. You have to be able to give, and rabbis want you to give as much without it injuring you financially. So when we give tzedakah, we have to bear this in mind. We have to bear in mind that the purpose of tzedakah is to help somebody get beyond the issue of being poor, that he will no longer need tzedakah. Something to think about.